Kai, we just got the announcement today that Izzy was fighting. How close are you to being in action again?
Yeah, we're in talkings now. It's awesome that the fights are opening up for us, being international, and all these fights happening on Fight Island. You can quarantine on the island, and there's still no crowds, but it doesn't really matter. End of the day, it's just you and the ref and your opponent. So we've got something in the pipelines. Obviously, Eugene's talking to Dana, and our matchmaker Mick. So yeah, in the next few months, if not on the same card as Izzy, we'll be fighting around the same time, end of September. I can't say the person or the date just yet, but yeah, we're working towards it, and finally, I'm itching to get in there. Coming from the weekend, being at King of the Ring, supporting our teammates Bloods and Mark Timms, being in that crowd, only place in the world there'll be crowds for a combat event, so pretty privileged, and I guess fighters will never take crowds for granted anymore. You can really feed off their energy, and everyone was just excited to be there and just soaking in the atmosphere. So great night, awesome. Anna and Jason putting on the show, and it's cool to see everyone get behind them and support the local talent. Such a big platform for up and comers to be a part of, and the talent just showed. The quality of fights that were put on display was amazing. Blood's putting on a clinic against a lot of his opponents. It was a good fight against Usher. He's legit. This guy's, you can see he's got a big future. His head movement was on point. He was making Blood's miss, and real back and forth fight. So he's got a big future. But yeah, Bloods, you could see he showed his experience, and he's the champ for a reason. And yeah, it's good to see him back with the belt again, and look forward to seeing his MMA career blossoming as well. He's got so much experience now in kickboxing, so he's got a few fights in MMA, so don't be surprised if the UFC pick him up as well.
Well, that'd be fantastic, and yeah, it was a great performance, and they deserved a mention, that's for sure. Talking about belts, you've got somebody to aim at now after the weekend?
Yeah, so the flyweight fight, title fight was in the weekend. There was a rematch between Joseph Benevidez and Figueiredo, and the Brazilian ended up doing exactly the same as he did in the first fight. Brutal violence, knockout, just pretty much put the whole division on notice, saying he's legit, and yeah, it was a good performance. I felt for Joseph Benevidez, such a nice guy. I've known him since the Ultimate Fighter, when he coached against my coach Henry Cejudo. Yeah, only good things to say about him, and I feel for him. He's had so many title shots, just coming up short. So I heard he doesn't want to go out like that, and he wants to have one more fight in the UFC. So if he wants to take this fight, I'll be happy to step in. I heard he's been saying who's the up and comers that want to take his shot, and I would love to take that fight. He's a true legend of this division and of the UFC. Had so much fights, and a guy I've looked up to. But it's one of these things. It's a young man's sport. I'm only 27, and he's on the end of his career. So I'd love to take that fight, and if we could do it in Auckland, that would be even better. UFC Auckland, we've been pushing for it. Now we've got crowds happening just from the weekend. Just being, you can see that things are back to normal. Only place in the world that this is happening. So if the UFC want to put on UFC Auckland, Joseph Benevidez, come down to New Zealand, and we'll put on a show for your retirement fight, and we'll be passing on the torch.
Well, that's an invitation if ever I've heard one. Good on you, mate. Hey, just talking a little bit about the gym. Of course, the faces are missing. Eugene isn't back until next week, and Brad, and they're not in quarantine in Auckland, you're telling me.
Yeah, so apparently they've run out of hotel rooms in Auckland, and so they had to do their quarantine in Christchurch. So good for Brad because he's from down there, but for Eugene, you'll be hating it. So yeah, I feel for Eugene. He's been in a hotel for the last 5 weeks. Flying around the world and doing his job, but one more week and then he's back here for the rest of the boys' camp. So it'll be good to have him back. But Doug's been doing a good job holding for all the boys, and he's I feel bad for him because he holds for like 20 guys in one day, and you feel bad just asking to be the next guy to be held for. But it's good. It's been good to work with him. He brings a different style to, especially us MMA boys. Real technical kickboxing and K1 style, which is awesome to kind of add to your game and work different things, different angles, and just enjoying it. So come for this next fight, hopefully end of September. We can use new tools that we've been working on, especially with Doug, and fine tune it with Eugene when he comes back. And we're ready to go, ready to just put on a show again. It's been so long now, reminiscing about UFC Auckland, in March. Now and then being there in the King of the Ring, I just want to get in there and put on a show and show why I do this. Yeah.
Well, you sound like you're getting impatient. We are too. Can't wait to see you in action,
Awesome,
mate.
Always good to talk to you, bro.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it.